We can comfortably say that Zendaya is one of the people who came out of Disney unscathed. But that doesn't mean she didn't go through all the struggles of working with Disney as a child. In this video, we'll reveal the truth about Zendaya's Disney experience. Watch until the end to find out the real reason why she left Disney. We also give away $100 Amazon gift cards, and all you have to do is answer the hidden question in the video. Contrary to what most people think, Zendaya was already a star before she even joined Disney. However, she wasn't always the outgoing entertainer she appears to be in public. Her mom, Claire Stormer, told Vogue that her daughter would sit in a circle with other children and not say a word. Unsure what to do, her parents attended seminars to learn how to deal with a timid child. Her shyness became such an issue that she did kindergarten twice. Zendaya was introduced to theater and acting as a young child because her mother was the house manager at the California Shakespeare Theater in Orinda. She quickly got into dancing and was in a hip-hop troupe when she was only 8 years old. She began her professional career working as a fashion model for Macy's, Mervyn's, and Old Navy. And Zen was also featured in an iCarly Toys ad. Zendaya also appeared as a backup dancer in a Sears commercial featuring Disney actress Selena Gomez. In 2009, she was a featured performer in the Kidz Bop music video for its cover of the song Hot and Cold, which was released on Kidz Bop. The same year, she auditioned for the role of Cece Jones to join the cast of Dance Dance Chicago, later changed to Shake It Up, but was selected as Rocky Blue instead. The performance, which blew the panel away, was Michael Jackson's Leave Me Alone. Shake It Up went on to become a huge success, and it was Disney Channel's second highest-rated premiere in Disney Channel's 27-year history. As a rising Disney star, Zendaya appeared on other Disney shows, including Good Luck Charlie and Ant Farm. Shake It Up ended in 2013, and by 2017, Zendaya had released a self-titled album with the platinum single Replay, and she came in second place on Dancing with the Stars. The biggest challenge Zendaya had on Disney was the constant comparison to Bella Thorne. Zendaya and Thorne played best friends pursuing their dreams of stardom on Shake It Up. Even though Zendaya and Thorne looked super close on the show that ran from 2010 to 2013, their friendship off-screen wasn't always so solid. Turns out, they weren't BFFs from the get-go. In February 2017 interview with J14, Thorne revealed that she and Zendaya were often pitted against each other, which caused them to start off on the wrong foot. They wanted to love each other, but they were constantly being put against each other, and it was always a question of who's better at this and who's better at that. To make matters worse, it wasn't just the public that compared the two, even Disney producers constantly put them up against each other. The first season of the show was very awkward for the girls, but before they began the second season, they had a talk which changed everything. After a long talk and a good cry, Zendaya and Bella agreed that they would remain friends regardless of what people said about them. Even after the show ended and Zendaya and Thorne moved on to pursue other projects, they remained close friends. They could even be spotted hanging out together at major Hollywood events, including the premieres of Thorne's movies Blended in May 2014 and Alexander and the No Good Very Bad Day in October 2014. Sadly, years after the show ended, people still pitted the two against each other. In February 2018, 17 Mexico tweeted a side-by-side comparison of Zendaya and Thorne in red lipstick, asking their followers who wore it better with hashtag #BeautyBattle. Thorne got wind and settled the score, while also sending love to Zendaya. In June 2019, Zendaya also showed Thorne lots of love after her former co-star found herself in the middle of a nude photo controversy. Zendaya and Thorne may not see each other every day, but they clearly still share a tight bond in 2020, even if it's from afar. Apart from the forced feud with Bella Thorne, Zendaya also had to go through the crazy rules that all Disney stars must follow. When it comes to carving out your own identity, teens are often encouraged by their peers to experiment with what they're wearing and how they behave. Unfortunately for Disney Channel stars, they were under the glare of one of the strictest studios in history. This means that the stars do not have the same freedoms as normal kids their age. There's definitely a stigma associated with stars who are on the Disney Channel or who come from a Disney background. Disney stars are forced to hold an incredibly high standard when it comes to morals and how they behave. As long as the kids are on Disney, they always have to be innocent, squeaky clean, and be the perfect role model. Of course, it's not surprising that many of them lash out immediately after leaving Disney. They're told what to wear, when, and where to wear the clothes. They are also coached on what to say while representing Disney in any capacity. Disney stars are also forced to work through some pretty traumatic experiences, and it seems like they aren't given much choice in the matter. To some extent, Zendaya was also forced into music like other Disney stars. While it isn't necessarily a requirement for Disney stars to also have a thriving music career, it's definitely a pattern for someone who appears on the Disney Channel to also release a few singles or albums. Zendaya wanted to leave Disney, but the producers were not ready to let such a talented, scandal-free star leave the company. They asked Zendaya what it would take to stay at Disney, and the girl had a couple of demands before joining the cast of KC Undercover. She said that the only way she was going to go back to the Disney Channel was if she was in a position of more power. And Disney agreed. Next, she objected to the show's title, which at the same time was Super Awesome Katie. Then she rejected her character's name Katie and insisted that the show feature a family of color. Then she had specific demands for the character. She didn't want her to sing and dance like typical Disney stars. When asked what she wanted, Zendaya said, "I want her to be martial arts trained. I want her to be able to do everything that a guy can do. I want her to be just as smart as everybody else. I want her to be a brainiac. I want her to be able to think on her feet, but I also want her to be socially awkward, not a cool kid. I want her to be normal with an extraordinary life." Zendaya was bringing a strong character of color into the world of children's television, became a kind of beacon. She was living proof that even in a strict studio such as Disney, a courageous person can be heard. The other person who had strict demands on Disney was Debbie Ryan. She also got to take on a bigger role behind the scenes of her show Jessie, becoming Disney Channel's youngest director ever. Such offers are not common in Disney.
We don't do that here.
We've had actors who have complained that they were given zero creative freedom while working with Disney. Setting the terms of KC Undercover wasn't the only advantage Zendaya got after speaking her mind. Unlike many other Disney stars who are prohibited from taking up other projects, Zendaya was able to act in other projects while still working at Disney. In 2016, Zendaya made her feature film debut as Michelle in Spider-Man: Homecoming, which was released in July 2017. In December of 2017, Zendaya co-starred in the musical film The Greatest Showman alongside Hugh Jackman, Zac Efron, Michelle Williams, and Rebecca Ferguson. She portrayed a trapeze artist named Ann Wheeler who falls in love with Efron's character, Philip Carlisle, during a time when interracial romance was taboo. Although the film received mixed reviews from critics, it was a commercial success, and Zendaya's performance, as well as chemistry with Efron, was particularly praised. As much as Zendaya enjoyed having more power at Disney, she had to leave the company at some point. Sometimes it can be very difficult to transition from Disney to mature roles, and she knew that if she was going to make it in Hollywood, she needed to leave Disney when she was still young. In 2018, Zendaya officially closed the book on her Disney chapter and moved on to more adult projects like Spider-Man: Far From Home and, of course, Euphoria. Moving from a Disney show to a serious drama was a scary jump, but Zendaya believed it was time for her to do it. She also revealed that she was keenly aware of what the public may think about seeing a recent Disney star on screen popping pills and struggling with depression. However, the world loved her. Zendaya's performance as Rue earned her the People's Choice Award for Best Drama Television Star of the Year and the Satellite Award for Best Actress in a Television Series Drama in 2019. During the interview for Vogue Australia's March 2020 cover story, Zendaya was asked how she managed to ascend into adult stardom so gracefully in comparison to her Disney Channel peers that would go off the rails. Zendaya said that it's important not to judge any other person's career or trajectory because when they were young actors, they were growing up in front of the world, and sometimes that's not easy. But we know those people who had a hard time transitioning from Disney, and we are not judging anyone. It may have been a smooth transition for Zendaya, but it was never easy. However, through it all, Zendaya has successfully navigated these changes with grace and without any scandals or controversies. Over the years, Zendaya has also learned to take projects that she feels personally passionate about and connected to. She shared that when she originally read Euphoria, she felt it in her entire body that the role was right for her. The actress has also spoken about being mixed race in Hollywood and the criticisms she's faced because of it. In 2014, some claimed she wasn't black enough to play Aliyah in Biopic, and despite pulling out later due to concerns about its production value, she was still concerned about how to represent herself. She has also been bashed for trying to represent her people, like when she was criticized for wearing dreadlocks at the Oscars. What helped Zendaya was a very strong sense of self and purpose, which helped her to stay grounded and more interested in the work she was doing. In an interview with Vogue, she said, "I think for me, I had a very clear vision of what I wanted to do. I had a very good sense of self, and I think I also took a lot of lessons just from being in the industry for so long. I'd rather just walk the walk, which I think is why I haven't been as much on social media. I'm just letting the work do what the work does." In her career as a successful actress, Zendaya has also learned to block out the world at times and just get in touch with her own wants and needs. With millions of people following her career and offering their unsolicited opinions, that can sometimes be hard to do, but she's learned to make it a priority. Once in a while, she goes off social media to reflect on her life, and this was her strategy even when she was in Disney. Despite her popularity and more than 65 million Instagram followers, Zendaya noted that she hasn't felt the need to broadcast her entire life on social media, unlike many other celebrities her age. Fortunately, she continues to be a great role model for people who are younger than her peers, and even people who are older than her. Zendaya has consistently continued to use her celebrity status to talk thoughtfully about race and social justice. She often talks about how she feels she has a responsibility to help represent the Black community on screen. She talks about her struggles to finagle her way into the audition room for parts that default to white actresses. And she talks about the ways in which her light skin makes her a more palatable option for casting directors than her darker-skinned peers. Hopefully, she will stand her ground even in the years to come. Don't we all just love Zendaya? So what do you think is the most amazing thing about Zendaya? Let us know in the comment section below. This has been Riveted, and we publish amazing videos daily. Make sure you subscribe to stay up to date on all your favorite celebrities.